Alright folks, so I just want to do a quick video on this PL-2 Valkyrie weapon flashlight by Olight. But before I do, why don't you go grab yourself a nice cold one, come on back, and we'll get started. Alright, so hopefully everybody made it back. Before we get started, I did want to say that I was contacted by Olight and they asked if I would provide a video review of this flashlight if they sent me one. I love doing videos, I like doing flashlight reviews, so I naturally agreed and said yes. So they dropped this in the mail and it came to me. I wanted to take a quick look at the packaging that the PL-2 Valkyrie flashlight ships in. It comes in a cardboard box that has some stats on it. It talks about its total runtime of 71.5 minutes, 235 meter throw, which is actually pretty good for a weapon light. And it comes at IPX6 rating, which means it can be it can be exposed to water jets and rain. And it comes with a Cree XHP35 LED. I'll include a link to that LED. Sometimes when I talk about them in videos, I think it gets a little bit boring. So I'll provide a link in case you're interested. You can go take a look at that. On the side of the box, we see that it comes with a 5-year limited warranty against defect. And it's chock full of features on the back. Let me go ahead and zoom in on this, and you can pause if you want to read it. Alright, let's take a few minutes to talk about the flashlight. Now, as I mentioned, this is a weapons mount flashlight. That doesn't mean that you don't have the capability to mount this to something else that has a weapon type rail on it. I've seen a lot of videos where people take weapon mounted lights and mount them to things like bicycle handlebars because of the generally superior technology in these flashlights. So when you take a look at it, at the top, what you'll notice is that you have a little bit of a lever here which opens this clamp. And in here is a bar that you would put into the ridges on your weapons rail. This is set up for a Glock, for the Glock rail system. It comes with another adapter if you wanted to mount this flashlight to a weapon that had a Picatinny style rail, or it sometimes is referred to as a 1913 rail. Anyhow, this lever makes it easy to put the flashlight on and take it off, and that's pretty handy in case you need to change the batteries or you want to make some sort of adjustment. So when you talk about opening this up to change the batteries, it has a little flap here. You pop it open and your batteries are exposed. So the flashlight ships with these Olight branded lithium batteries. These are not rechargeable. They're 3 volts, 1600 milliamp CR123A batteries. Right there, do not recharge. One of the things that I was curious about is if you could put rechargeable batteries into this flashlight, and it looks like they do fit. This is an Olight 3.7 volt. One of the things that you have to be careful about with these being 3 volts and putting 3.7 volt batteries, which are typically charged up to around 4.1 or 4.2, you go from 6 volts of power to around 8 on initial charge. And I'm not really sure that that's a good idea if the internal circuitry for this light supports that or not. So I'm not going to do it. I'm going to continue to use disposable or primary batteries. The flashlight does ship with a pretty informative user manual. So now we have the batteries back in the flashlight. Let's take a few minutes to walk through the modes. Now typically this will be mounted to the underside of your pistol on your weapons rail, but you could mount it on the side or any other rail system that you have. And at over 200 meters of throw on this flashlight, I would say that this is a candidate for being a weapons light on a rifle system for anything around 200 to 225 meters. Okay, if you hit both of these buttons, these actuator buttons on either side, either one will operate the flashlight, so it truly is an ambidextrous system. But if you hit them both at the same time, you go right into strobe. Now you can press and hold either one for momentary on-off. If you press one and let go, then it's always on. Now according to the instruction manual in the box, when you first turn this flashlight on, you're at 1200 lumens, and it will step down to about 600 lumens after roughly 90 seconds or a minute and a half. Alright, let's go ahead and take this flashlight outside for some beam shots. Alright, here we are for the beam shots. What I'm going to do is just do a quick shot from here, and then I'm going to walk out about 25 yards or so, and then shine the flashlight in multiple directions, so you can get a little bit of a feel of how it looks. As you can see, the beam throws pretty good. Those lights are probably about 50 yards out. And when I say lights, I mean trees. Alright folks, now we're about 10 yards away from a tree. We're going to see what the flashlight can do in close range. As you can see, it lights up the area pretty good. It's not really a floody flashlight, but more of a thrower. And while it does illuminate my general area, the beam is really more for a little bit of a distance. Alright folks, so as you can see from the beam shots, this is a really bright light that casts a pretty good throw. Like I said, it's rated to go over 200 meters, somewhere around 240 if I remember correctly. But it also floods up the area pretty well. You do see a concentrated spot in the middle of the beam, but I think that this is an appropriate light for a weapons style light. I'll include a link below where you can pick this up from olightstore.com. I believe they're running a sale through the 27th of June 2017, where a lot of their products are going to be on sale up to 20-40% off. So go ahead and check them out. Maybe you can pick one up at a discount. Anyhow, if you like this video, go ahead and thumbs up or subscribe for more content of a similar nature. Thanks for watching, everyone.